landing on the taxiway in his Beaver.
Yeah. I never got out of the oil. And I was
All right, people, you want to see how the other side flies. Lavatory number 1. Closet, storage. 8-person seating, or excuse me, 6-person seating in the back. This is a Gulfstream G500, straight 500.
He's on
If you want to.
You said
No, 1988.
Oh, 1988. No. When you said 88,
Yeah,
when you said 88,
he's not a pilot. He was an inspector.
no, I know, but Mad Dog crew can either be.
He actually did all the work in house, and
Yeah.
not in Guadalajara. But yeah.
I started out in the res and I talked to him.
Now, I got to tell you, Wes loves to be on video. He likes it a lot, so I'm going to do it again to him.
Yeah.
You let me get quiet some. But first thing he said is we had leveled off at like 15, and then they cleared us up to 30 from Beechcraft for 3.1 million or something for Cox Broadcasting. But anyway, the pilot, and I didn't like flying with him, but they would use me for co-pilot when they needed somebody.
Yeah.
But you know, he 50, 100 feet off the ground, and he hit that autopilot, and he didn't turn it off to his own final. So we got up there, and we just leveled off, and they give him a turn to such and such heading, and he just pushed turn and had the wrong turn.
I like to have up. Shows you the temps, where the bleed air supply is, cabin altitude, what the pressures are, all that kind of stuff. Hydraulics, waypoint.
Now,
lists.
when you take off and get up to altitude, do you have to do any adjustments of the pressure? It's all automatic, right?
So it knows you put the departure airport in, and you put the landing airport in, and the pressurization is an auto up here, and it just goes.
Gotcha.
You verify that it shows that you're in flight mode, hydraulic motor generator, and when you turn that on, when you've got hydraulic power, it uses hydraulic energy to turn a generator that'll supply the whole airplane. So if you lose, we've got a PTU, so the left side will drive the right side will drive the left side. The AC/DC stuff is kind of cool too. It's a synoptic of all the buses, so you can see
So that's your power grid right
what's
there, right?
energized for AC power, yeah.
And that green box at the top, that's your APU?
On the airplane here about, I guess, 2 or 3 months ago, and it was right on startup. We were sitting right in the same spot, and it failed when it energized, and we heard clunk, 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 clunk.
A lot nicer there. They don't have as much traffic either.
Yeah. But it does all the perf stuff on its own. Like if you go to perf and it figures all the speeds and everything for you. So we're going to go to Lawrenceville at 3,000.
Yeah.
We'll put that in. No wind. They don't need to worry about that.
It's not that far. Why don't you just go 2,500?
Yeah, right. No, we file, so we do that. So we'll go 0 in the cargo, 0 packs. So when we leave here in a little bit, we'll weigh 57.6. So we'll
And your
confirm
gross
that.
weight is what? What's your
93. 0. This is all the information. 2% stuff. So it knows the data on the runway and everything. Here's where you tell it if the anti-skid, spoilers, and flaps, what your settings are, if they're operative or not. We'll confirm all that.
Do you have leading edge flaps?
You remember Dan
Certainly
Walsh?
doesn't need it. Yeah.
That's his
Oh, that's his old Grumman right there. I see
Grumman.
that here all the time. Yeah. No, the airplane doesn't need it.
Yeah, he bought a Mustang Citation.
Yeah, I know he got rid of the Series.
After his SR.
Yeah. But you can go, like, we'll go to take you set the climb. So we've got auto throttles on the airplane. So here's where you can command and tell it what regime you want it to in auto speed mode. We just lead them 300 and climb 80, and then we cruise at 8.5.
Do you have one button go around?
Yeah, go around buttons are these on the sides. The auto throttle engage, disengage are down here, and then there's also 2 on the back if you can't see.
So when you hit go around, what does it do?
Goes
physically?
around.
Yeah, it goes around.
Well, is
So
it wind up the engines?
it does. So if the auto throttles are engaged, it goes to TOGA, which is takeoff go around power, which is basically full power, which is that line right there, which is your takeoff VPER setting. It puts the pitch bars at 15 degrees nose up for the
Okay.
go around, and it sequences in the FMS the missed approach waypoint if you've got an approach loaded.
Gotcha.
If the auto throttles are engaged, it'll go ahead and add the power in. If the auto throttles are disengaged, then you've got
You got to
keep that
manually do
power.
it and get the heck out of Dodge.
Yeah, exactly. But the autopilot will fly it. You can leave the autopilot on, go around, and it'll fly the whole thing. What you're actually doing when you move the pitch trim on this airplane is you're actually moving the stabilizer back here.
Right? Oh, the whole
The
stabilizer?
whole stabilizer moves on the airplane because it takes so much trim to do its thing. So what you're watching there is that's actually stab position, not trim. If there's an issue with that and it locks up, then you can reach over there and hit pitch trim disengage, and then this becomes your trim wheel, and there's a secondary electric motor, and you move the stab with this and you move the trim with your hand.
Oh, okay.
But the stab moves with the flap handle, so like if I put flaps 10 in right now, you've got the flap position, which are the two arrows, and the stabilizer position, which is
Right.
that green line, and you'll see it move
Gotcha.
move with it. And that's something you watch. If you move the flaps, like for takeoff or for landing or for any of them, and the stab position doesn't move to match it, it's a no-go. The airplane's not in rig. You've got serious issues.
Gotcha.
But,
What do you mean nothing? I got it. What do you do? Is it nothing?
That was a sweet deal.
You just sit in the plane, you keep flying, it's like nothing happened.
Yeah, this airplane is that way. If you lose an engine in it, performance-wise, you almost can't tell. You just reach down, put a little bit of trim in, and off you go.
Well, dang, Wes, thank you for the tour, sir.